Hey guys, Nate here with Palmated Outdoors. Sticking with our theme of reviewing products for the working man. Pink Cup and I were in the market for a new crossbow. Our youngest daughter just isn't quite old enough yet and can't pull enough poundage to shoot a vertical bow for deer hunting, so we wanted to extend her season, and I started doing a little bit of research on crossbows. Now, being a rookie myself to crossbows, I've certainly worked on a few, but I've never actually owned one or tinkered with one with very much experience. I started doing a bit of research, and in all of the research I had done as far as value is concerned for bang for your buck, this Bear Constrictor CDX seemed to be the best value for the money. I actually found this for $3.99 through a retailer. I used a couple of search engines to search around and find one, so it was about 420 bucks to my door, which I thought was a great deal. As you can see here, it's very compact. I think, as I understand it, it's about 10 inches in width when it is cocked and loaded. It's got the First Light Veal camo, got your foot stirrup, comes with a 4x32 illuminated scope. It also comes with these Bear brand True X crossbow bolts. You get 3 of them in the package that I purchased, and a quiver. I think I've put these on the scale. I want to say they were 370 grains and had 100 grain field points on them. I'm going to put it through the chrono here in a minute and give you that reading as well on a couple of those, just to verify advertised speed stacks up against what it's actually producing. Here's a grain scale. 381 grains is what I've got on these arrows. On these True X bolts, what I found in my limited research is it is a special nock. It's my understanding from a lighted nock perspective that the 10-point alpha nocks will work on this. I'm going to verify that, and I'll actually post up in the comments to this video after I do so to make sure that is in fact the case. With the limited axle to axle length and narrow width, it does take a special nock that's got a very deep slot, and it's angled pretty good. You certainly don't want to play around with something like that from a safety perspective and put the wrong nock on here and cause issues to the crossbow, or worse, to yourself. So we did shoot this last night. That'll be the trailing segment to this video. I took Paris down to the shop. She shot it at about 10 yards. It is deadly accurate even with an 8-year-old shooting. I mean, she literally plugged the X-ring in a 5-spot multiple times over and over again, and got excited about it as well, which is what we wanted to see. So I also wanted to add one of the attractions to this was the adjustable stock. Literally, the length of pull can be adjusted for an adult, or in our case, our daughter, on the shortest setting here. The CDX model itself, the value model, does not have the adjustable cheek plate on it. Was initially a concern to me, but after having our daughter shoot it last night, no issues whatsoever. She was able to get a good solid mount as far as eye relief is concerned, and the scope itself, the 4x32 that comes with it, does come with some adjustable relief in it as well, and I found it to be the perfect balance between the aperture itself and the target behind it, so all is good on that. The other piece that I would say is very attractive about this particular model is, one, Bear's a made in the USA company. We're actually based, the majority of our group, out of Western Kentucky, and as I understand it, Escalade Sports is based in Evansville, Indiana, so literally a local company for us, and I always like to support American made, and even better, something that's local. 5-year warranty on most of the mechanics behind this, and a limited lifetime warranty on everything else, so that is a hard warranty to beat. I've never personally taken advantage or had to use the warranty from Bear, but I can tell you from word of mouth and folks that I've talked to that shoot their vertical bows, and some that I've worked on in the past, Bear stands behind their product 100%. No way affiliated with Bear in any way. Again, this is just a review of the product for us, in hopes that this is something you might consider as you look for something that's not a couple $1,000 to get into from a crossbow perspective, and will kill a deer dead regardless of how much money's sitting behind that bolt. So we're going to shoot it. Here we go. All right, I've got my trigger stick here just to eliminate a variable there. We're going to shoot it at 20 yards here, and I want to mention as well, when we sighted this in last night in the shop, I started at 10 yards. It shot about probably 1 3/4 inches low. Quick adjustment, left and right was perfect, and we were dialed in immediately, and it was extremely accurate. And I realized that was short distance, but just to give you an idea of what to expect out of the box from Bear. So here we go. Okay, first shot out of the box at 20 yards. Same dot I used at 10. I'd say that's money. All right, I'm at 30 now. A little tidbit of information. It's got a great safety feature on it. It will not go off unless the arrow actually deploys that safety mechanism. I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not too, but make sure when you're cocking it goes all the way back past the safety mechanism to the actual trigger mechanism. That was one thing I was a little confused on at first, but straightened out pretty quickly after I figured it out. Pretty self-explanatory, but just something to pass along to you. So here's 30 yards. I also should have mentioned I used the second reticle mark, the second hash mark within the scope here. As you can see on the angle, perfect left and right, and really right on the top edge of the 5 ring on a 20 yard NFAA 5 spot. So again, this thing's house money at this yardage. All right, I'm actually going to move back to 45 yards. I mean, this thing has literally shot a nickel-sized hole in every shot that we've taken since we've dialed it in. So I'm going to shoot at 45 from kind of a crouched position here to get a good stable lock. And I'm going to use that between the 3 and the 4 hash mark on here, which in theory should indicate that should be dead on here. So let's see how this goes. It looks a little high from here. So maybe that hashtag is for a little further out. I'm sure it's not specific on here, so we'll see. All right, that's what I thought. So probably about 3.5 inches high. So the hash mark, third one down would actually be maybe 50 yards or so. I'm sure I'll have to play with it a little bit to dial it back in. But left and right, you can see, I mean, it's just dead on. So once I get those hash marks figured out on the yardages, I'm certain that this thing is going to be a shooter. Okay, I've rolled back to 50. We were a little bit high at 40 with the third hash mark in scope. So I'm going to guess that I can use that third one at 50. We'll see. Again, we'll work on the yardage here in relation to the elevation marks as we go. But left and right has been dead on every single time. So here we go. Looks pretty good. Here's 50. I used the third hash or elevation mark within the scope, and you can see there left and right is dead on, and it's in the top of a 5 ring on a 5 spot NFAA target. So that's pretty darn good if you ask me. I think those hash marks just out of the factory with that 370 grain, I would say the first mark is dead on up to probably close to 30 yards. The second mark is somewhere there around 40 or maybe just slightly behind that, and that third mark looks like it's probably 52, 53 yards just right out of the box here. So that's pretty impressive if you ask me. Okay, got the chronograph set up. As I recall, the website, Bear's website advertises, I think just over 400 feet a second with the factory bolts. It's 410, I think, 410 feet per second is what they advertised. I'm going to put it through my chronograph. It can be off a little bit, so full disclosure, that may cause a variance here, but it shouldn't be by much. So let's run it through there and see what kind of reading we get out of it. Okay, I ran 4 bolts through it here. You see that, 403, and that seemed to be the average. I got a reading of 405, 403, 403, and 404 as I wrote them down. So that's pretty darn close to advertised. Again, that could be the chronograph being outside here with the variation in lighting. So true to what they have advertised. Shot it 20, 30, 40, 50 plus. Left and right was dead on every time. Elevation in relation to the hashtags was pretty close. I'm impressed. I wouldn't be scared to shoot this thing just to see what it would do out 70, 80 yards. You know, not sure that's a hunting situation, but accuracy wise, there's no doubt this thing will do it. So for 400 bucks to my door, this is a great deal in my opinion. Having limited knowledge in the past other than shooting some of the high-end crossbows here, I'm certain there's a lot of value in those, and certainly know discounting any of that, but I'll say if you're in the market for a crossbow, this narrow axle to axle, the reverse cam system that they get that out of, adjustable stock, there's a ton of features on this thing for 400 bucks. It really is a good value. So hopefully that helps you if you're looking to purchase one or looking to get a newer model here. I'm going to flip you over to some footage we took last night in the shop with Paris, 8 years old. Got her on the bipod there to allow her to shoot it a little bit, and as you'll see, she had a lot of fun and she was actually really accurate at it. So we're gonna get her out here and get some more practice in later, but this will definitely extend her time in the field, and hopefully next fall we're posting some videos of her harvesting some deer with this thing. Okay, so we're down here in the shop because it's after dark and it's really cold outside, so luckily I can shoot a little over 10 yards down here, and we've got a nice target down here to shoot with a good backstop, and it's rated for crossbows. So Paris, you ready to shoot this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Safety's on.
Mm-hmm.
The arrow's in there.
When I'm ready, do I turn the safety off?
Yep.
Okay.
You're gonna sight it first. Okay.
Okay.
So hold it up there. There you go. No finger on the trigger. Right. Get your shoulder up there. Okay. Can you see? You got it good on your shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And which circle are you aimed at?
The
bottom left target, the single spot. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, right here's the fire button. Look at it. See it? Safety, fire. You're going to push that forward with your right hand.
This one?
No, that's your left hand. Right hand. Push it forward till it says fire.
Oh, this one.
Yep, correct. Push
When
it.
I'm ready.
No, go ahead and take it off. Push it forward. Okay, now it's ready. So when you put your finger on the trigger, it's going to be ready to fire.
Okay.
Go ahead and aim it. Are you aimed at where you need to be?
Yeah.
Go ahead and put your hand up there by the trigger and feel the trigger out. And then when you're ready, when you're on that dot, just squeeze it off until it goes off.
I'm scared.
You'll be fine. Whenever you're ready. It's not going to jump.
Okay.
Go ahead. Did you smoke it?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks pretty good from here. Let's go look at it.
Get in the bullseye?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's go up and check it out.
But thanks.
Yeah, I'd say you did pretty well. You want to shoot it again?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pull this one. We'll go shoot it again. Okay, Paris got to shoot a few times here, and clearly she's pretty accurate with it. What do you, how's Santa's handiwork on these Christmas presents? Did the Jolly Fat Man do a good job?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good crossbow maker?
Yeah.
I see. You gonna shoot some deer with this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Where are you gonna shoot them at? You got like a super secret spot out at the farm you're not gonna tell me about?
Maybe.
Oh, I see. It's that secretive, huh? I got you. Where do you shoot them at?
Heart.
In the heart?
Yeah.
I see. So you got the game plan, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you need to tell everybody? We're gonna have more videos like this coming out in the future. What do they need to do?
Like, subscribe, and feel free to comment down below, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right.
Bye.